What if you could outlive your own lifespan? I mean, for thousands of years, that was pure myth, right? Emperors chasing elixirs, explorers looking for a fountain of youth. But today, that ancient quest, it's not happening in some old legend. It's happening in the lab.
And this isn't some fringe idea anymore, not by a long shot. Just recently, a conversation between world leaders was caught on camera where they were just casually discussing living to 150 as a real thing that could happen. At the same time, you've got billionaires like Jeff Bezos pouring fortunes into anti-aging startups. Suddenly, the whole conversation is shifted from fantasy to a very, very serious scientific race.
So, let's get into it. Are we really on the verge of some kind of revolution here? In this explainer, we're going to dive into the actual science, the timeline that people are proposing, and the huge, huge questions this all brings up. It's time to separate the facts from the science fiction.
Okay, so the core idea that's driving all of this is, well, it's pretty mind-blowing. A growing number of scientists and futurists are starting to see aging not as this inevitable thing we all have to go through, but as a disease, a condition that can actually be treated. They think our biology is becoming programmable.
And that leads to this wild concept they call longevity escape velocity. It's an idea championed by thinkers like Aubrey and Ray Kurzweil. And the theory goes like this. We'll reach a point where for every single year you live, science will give you more than a year of healthy life back. So in theory, you could literally outrun aging itself.
And get this, the people behind this don't think it's some far-off dream. They've laid out this incredibly ambitious timeline. They're predicting we could hit longevity escape velocity within the next decade, all powered by AI and our newfound ability to program our own biology. This all builds up to what Kurzweil calls the singularity, a moment where technology just explodes with growth so fast it changes human civilization forever.
All right, so how on earth could this possibly work? Well, the science really hinges on one breakthrough technology that would let us basically hit a reset button on our own cells.
It's a technique called partial reprogramming, and it uses this cocktail of special proteins, they're called Yamanaka factors, to essentially restore a cell's software. See, your cells have this epigenetic code that tells your genes what to do, and this process resets that code to a younger, healthier state. It's not about changing the cell itself, but about making, say, an old skin cell act like a young one again. So how does it work? Well, you can think of these Yamanaka factors as a temporary reboot for a cell that's gotten old and worn out. And this isn't just a theory. It has already shown some incredible results in animal studies. In mice, they've used this to restore youthful function in organs, help wounds heal better, and even extend their total lifespan. But here comes the reality check, because this incredible promise is walking a very, very fine line, and it's surrounded by some massive scientific debates and pretty profound risks. You see, the exact same process that can make a cell young again can be absolutely catastrophic if it isn't controlled perfectly. A dose that helps one kind of tissue could be toxic to another and could potentially cause cell death or even cancer. The line between a cure and a disaster is razor thin.
But there's an even bigger question here. Is this technology even targeting the right thing? Some scientists argue that these epigenetic changes, they aren't the cause of aging. They're just a symptom. Think of it like this. You can iron a wrinkled shirt, right? But that doesn't fix the wear and tear in the fabric itself. These critics think the real clock of aging might be something more fundamental, like the slow shortening of the protective caps in our DNA, which are called telomeres.
And you know, this goes way beyond the science. These new possibilities force us to ask some really fundamental questions about what it even means to be human.
Just think about it for a second. Our whole idea of what health means would have to change completely. Is the goal just to be free of pain? Or is it to have a super sharp mind? Or maybe to be able to run a marathon when you're 150? We would have to totally redefine what medicine and personal health are all about. And if you're healthy and you're capable at 80 or 100 or 120, what do? Adding years to a life, that's a technical problem. But adding life to those years, filling them with purpose and meaning and connection, that's a completely human challenge.
And of course, this raises enormous questions for society. I mean, if these treatments are expensive, do we create a world where only the rich can live longer? Do we create a brand new kind of inequality? Who gets to decide where the line is between therapy and just unnatural enhancement? These are moral questions, not medical ones. And that really gets to the heart of the whole thing. The science is moving at an absolutely incredible speed. But our biggest challenge is they might not be in the lab. As the futurist Thomas Frey puts it, technology can reprogram cells, but it can't reprogram meaning.
So as we stand on the edge of this potential future, the question isn't just, can we do this, but what kind of future do we really want to build with it?